Star Wars games overall have had a good time of it. Where does one even begin to talk about them? TIE Fighter, Dark Forces, Yoda stories, Battlefront 2. One popular genre for Star Wars, unsurprisingly, is the flight sim. The newest entry being Squadrons, which I'm told is dope. I personally don't care too much. But I will be talking about Rogue Squadron, also known as Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3D, for some reason. A game akin to the old X-Wing TIE Fighter games, letting you link blasters the same way and featuring about as many camera angles. It even has a camera angle from the old Vector Graphics game. The major difference between those titles and Rogue Squadron was setting. Rogue Squadron was planetside. One issue being planetside is that the controls are a bit hard to wrangle. Even with auto level and auto roll turned off, the ship still self-adjusts to some degree. Most likely because this is more of an arcadey title than a simulation, which is what the old DOS games were. One issue exclusive to modern systems is the lazy camera. Unless you're using fixed camera angles, it kinda just lags behind. The game is set a few months after the end of Episode 4. The Empire is pretty miffed about the Rebels breaking their new planet cracker. Luke Skywalker has collected a group of the best Rebel pilots to be part of Rogue Squadron, doing things. There isn't really a driving plot for most of the campaign. Hell, the villain doesn't even get introduced until the last third. The game is mainly Rogue Group helping the Rebel Alliance with high-risk missions providing air support. I played this game a lot back when I was a kid, even if I was pretty bad at it. So I never gotten gold medals on all levels before, so let's do that as an extra. At the end of the campaign we can unlock extra missions depending on these medals, and we can also unlock a few other things along the way depending on our medal score. Getting medals essentially boils down to not taking too long, getting a good amount of kills, shot accuracy, successfully protecting allies, and finding secrets. Mission 1 is mostly just to get you accustomed to the controls. Kill some probe droids, go kill some TIE bombers. If you snag some secret kills along the way, the gold is yours. Let's talk about the X-Wing, since it'll feature in more than half the levels. It's the most medium of all craft. Medium armor, medium maneuverability, you get the idea. You can switch between open S-foils where the guns work and the turning radius isn't too bad, and closed S-foils for when you gotta go fast and don't need to shoot. Mission 2 is also pretty easy, just a plain escort mission. A lot of missions will last a fixed amount of time, you merely need to do your job until the mission ends. Like Mission 1, you get to go hunting for some extra kills if you want gold, but not while the convoy could be in danger. Even in the most frantic missions, there's usually a moment where you can step out to secure a secret or some extra kills, more so in missions with fixed time.
I'm picking up multiple signals. Ties and coming in fast.
If the camera shenanigans have been irritating you, then the search for the no-no won't help. Introducing a new fighter, the A-Wing. It's a low health but very nimble interceptor with main guns featuring some heavy auto-aim. The ship was made to kill TIEs. The mission itself has you searching for a downed ship. The faster you find it, the faster the second phase starts. Once the second phase starts, just defend the rescue team. An enemy shuttle will occasionally poop out a few mechs and tanks for you to play with, and bombers will filter in from the same spot, 2 at a time. Keep killing things until you see that glorious wipe. We get our first Snowspeeder exclusive level, finally. These levels only allow the Snowspeeder because of Star Wars video game law, stating that if you have AT-ATs then you have to recreate that bit from the Battle of Hoth. And to be honest, it's a nice minigame. If nothing else, I love the sense of scale when it zooms out and your dinky ship is circling the giant metal dog. Snowspeeders are kind of fragile, not as fragile as the A-Wing, but I can say with certainty the Snowspeeder can tank at least one TIE bomb. Another thing to note, the speeder is a repulsor craft, so you can't go upside down and the throttle feels weird, but it can't impact the ground unless it hits a steep hill. As for the mission, this was one of my favorite levels, mainly because it's utter chaos. We are picking up an Imperial defector, Crix Madine, who has a nasty habit of getting captured by the Empire. You scout some disturbance, and suddenly bombers! Not sure how he missed that, but okay. Run in and kill them. Oh no, Crix Madine's stuck in a building on the other side of the map. We need to go save him real quick. Once he's safe, we run back to topple our first AT-AT. Then we go back to Madine, all the while thinning the bomber horde. It manages to be frantic without being completely unfair. Getting a gold medal isn't too hard, but remember that secret score on the end screen? Yeah, the first one is in this mission. Now you want to get these. They provide permanent upgrades. Some are ship-specific and others are universal. It's in between these buildings as you go from Crix Madine and the Capitol building. This first one boosts the damage of the X-Wing missiles. Mission 5 on Gerard 5, we just need to cover some Y-Wings while they disable a bunch of Imperial yachts. It's mainly waiting for them to do their thing and killing every enemy you can. The biggest threat are the missile turrets. Now, I've got years of experience. I'm not under much threat of getting hit by them, but they can easily down slow Y-Wings even if they're well shielded. And all 3 of your allies need to survive for gold. There's this weird bug in the mission where if you kill everything in the first area and rush to the second area to get some more kills, the Y-Wings will start getting damaged by some phantom force. No idea why. Just stick with them until the mid-game cutscene plays. The end mission cutscene shows Mr. Maydeen capturing an interceptor pilot named Cason Moore, whom we'll hear more about in the Chapter 2 crawl. Hey look, the Chapter 2 crawl. We're finally getting a small bit of plot, so Cason Moore, our new captive, is an ace pilot. Of course she is. And the leader of the 128th TIE Squadron? Of course she is. And she actually wanted to defect? Of course she did. What? No, I'm just making fun of how Disney scrapped the expanded universe and is now proceeding to write the same stories again. This is why everybody liked TIE Fighter. None of that traitorous nonsense. You just follow orders like a good little soldier and get rad force tattoos.
Private channel, sir. Private channel, go ahead. Luke, how do we know Cason isn't leading us right into a trap?
You know, that's an excellent question. The Jade Moon is alright. A bit short for my liking. You have to find a shield gen so the tanks can roll in and steal some goodies. There's a sneaky secret on this level. Clear the road of threats, and while the tanks meander to their destination, you can go exploring. Explore hard enough and you'll find a weird looking building tucked away. The only difficulty in this level is the sheer volume of missile turrets. Pop your head out of the canyon for a second and you can guarantee one is locking on. The secret we got is better shields, which applies to all craft and means that each can take a few more hits. The next mission is another Snowspeeder exclusive level, not as frantic as the last one. It starts with knocking out radars. Best not to take any chances. This level isn't too bad so long as you don't mess around too much. The objective is simply to destroy 2 Walker factories tucked away in the mountains. The secret in this level is in one of these barracks, the advanced bombs, which we'll take for a spin very soon. The assault on Kyle 2 introduces the Y-Wing, which is one of only 2 Y-Wing levels. The Y-Wing probably has the most health, not including bonus ships, but it's ridiculously slow. The bombs were upgraded by the secret we found in the last level, so no building can withstand a direct hit. The Y-Wing has a third weapon, perplexingly, an ion cannon. It has no cooldown between shots, so it can be used to add a little bit of DPS. The mission has rogue boys heading to an Imperial thing to make that Imperial thing not there anymore. If you follow the rest of Rogue Squadron from the start, you won't get anywhere anytime soon. They just piddle around and get shot down for an hour. My advice is to hug the left wall and you'll soon reach 2 of your objectives right next to each other. One of the reasons I don't like this level is the abundance of TIE interceptors, and TIE interceptors are already a really big problem in this game. They can fart out a ridiculous amount of damage, especially if you can't outmaneuver them. Too bad the Y-Wing has a smaller turning circle than the Millennium Falcon. I wish I was joking. So Kyle 2 ended with Wedge Antilles getting captured by a trio of interceptors. The man should be thankful he didn't get obliterated. Now we're heading to Kessel to rescue him. This mission can be completed so damn fast. Your missiles are replaced with ion cannons to disable the train. Each car you disable slows it down a little bit more. I recommend disabling the defensive parts first, because those turreted train cars are very dangerous. I suspect this mission was originally much harder, or at least intended to be harder.
That was close.
Close? Sir, I hunted a random convoy before disabling half the train, proceeded to kill everything on the map for that gold medal, got back to the train, it hadn't even gotten halfway down its route. Close, yeah. Prisons of Kessel is pretty straightforward. You're mostly protecting Maydeen's troops as they search several buildings for rebel prisoners. The post-level stat that was giving me the business was the kill count. There's a lot of enemies on this map, and with almost 10 minutes to work with, I could roam to my heart's content, extinguishing every red blip on the map. But even with everything dead, I was coming up short with kills. Turns out it has to do with the garrisons. When Maydeen's troops run to the prison, stormtroopers spawn too. But if you destroy the barracks preemptively, then they don't come out. And no, you don't get the credit for their death since they never spawned. Chapter 3, we finally have a villain. What is this, 2/3 into the game? And he's only in text? Moff Searden wants to capture the rebels back to supply to cripple the Alliance. Rogue Squadron's plan is to cripple Moff Searden back, in the hopes of discouraging him. Yeah, good luck with that. Ah yes, Tabana gas platforms. A tricky mission, but not impossible. It's easy to accidentally destroy the civilian gas tanks and lose the gold. Getting the secret tucked away in the floating city is also a bit tricksy, but it gets you better laser blasters. Yoink. The other main difficulty in this mission is the amount of TIE interceptors. There's little to no cover, what with it just being a gas giant. Luckily those guided missiles I picked up really helped thin out their numbers. The level does showcase one of the issues I have with this game. The draw distance is really bad. I would not be surprised if the draw distance is baked into the code like how it was with Turok. Oh, here we go. What could be the toughest mission in the game?
Abort mission. The ATPTs have been destroyed. Repeat, the ATPTs have been destroyed.
The story goes, while we were messing around with the gas silos, a squad of rebels were ruffling in Uncle Searden's mech stash, got caught, and decided to make their escape in a trio of ATPTs. You know, these little hunched scout mechs that can take little more than a peppering of laser fire. Yeah, this plan is so dumb Eckhart's Ladder did a whole episode about it. Once you get control, don't waste any time, head for the ATPTs. If everything goes to plan, you'll have plenty of time to do bonus objectives. If you get to the chicken boys soon enough, the one being ass blasted should survive. Let the AI shoot the gate while we take out the first AT-AT, then take out what you can behind the gate, but especially the walkers. They are your #1 priority right now. The last one is in this canyon. If you're fast enough, you can get the drop on the tank ambush that spawns and the bombing run that comes in. Once you've cleared the tanks and bombers, you're free to assault this research base, get the secret on the mountain behind it, and snag some kills. Ah, Chandrilla Defense, another frantic but fun mission. Keep a level head and you'll do fine. Moff Searden is angry that Rogue Group opened his mint collection of rare ATPT models and is planning to blockade Chandrilla in what I can only describe as a dick move. So Rogue Team is escorting a train of supplies to the people, protecting evacuation shuttles, and just generally being a pain in Searden's backside. The secret on this level is pretty well hidden. The game says they're advanced bombs, so I don't know if they just stack with the other advanced bombs upgrade or if it's just the same one. The penultimate mission is the second of 2 Y-Wing missions. It's pretty nasty. For one thing, this level has a ridiculously high accuracy requirement, 75%. Yeah, stick to bombing things. Secondly, missile launchers are abundant, and they fire 2 missiles at a time now. Rogue Group needs to knock out a bunch of transmitters, shielding a device in the center of the map, which is keeping the volcano from blowing, and it's siphoning thermal energy for some nefarious use, I'm sure. The mission's kinda meh, like the other Y-Wing mission. It's really dingy, and the constant sound of homing missiles is quite the irritant. But oh no, it turns out Moff Searden lured Rogue Group here, so he could steal their juicy Bacta soda for himself. What's there to say? Destroy anything that's a threat, and I mean everything. This mission tends to spiral out of control fast, what with Bacta containers getting destroyed left and right. Do make time to get the secret on this level somehow. The big bad won't come out until all of his forces are dead, so getting gold is all about managing defense and offense. But once you do it, man.
Greetings, Commander Skywalker. So you're the young man who destroyed the Death Star. Moff Searden. Do you wish to surrender now, or can I destroy you? Ah, you're a very talented pilot. You have learned much, Skywalker. Too bad you didn't join the Empire. I could have used a pilot with your skills. Impossible. Even if you win today, the Empire will crush the rebellion.
The Rebel Alliance is safe. Until the Battle of Hoth, that is. Once you complete Stage 15, no matter what medals you've earned, you unlock a special mission set years in the future during the Dark Empire saga. Specifically the battle on Mon Calamari, giant-ass Borg cubes are eating planets to make an infinite stream of robot TIE fighters, or more Borg cubes. Flying the nimble V-Wing, you must stop them to protect the cities of Calamari. The V-Wing is another repulsor craft like the Snowspeeder, but way more nimble. Can switch its blasters to rapid fire, which melts just about everything. When it isn't overheating, its cluster missiles split into 8, but the upgrade from the boss level makes the individual missiles from the split home in. Earning at least a bronze medal for all levels unlocks the Beggar's Canyon bonus level, which is basically a race between 4 members of Rogue Squadron in these little dune hopper things. The camera issues are really bad on this level, so just stick to a fixed camera angle and you'll be fine. The silver bonus is the Death Star trench run, not much to say. The gold reward is the Battle of Hoth. These bonus levels aren't too hard. They're in essence rewards for playing the game, so they're naturally not too difficult, and if you get gold on all of them, you get the best reward. Not only can you pick any craft on just about any level, you gain access to the Millennium Falcon and the TIE Interceptor too. The Millennium Falcon is big and oddly nimble, but has dual auto-aiming laser turrets instead of normal blasters, and the TIE Interceptor is ridiculously fast with an equally ridiculous main gun. The Naboo Starfighter is a bonus ship you can actually use after getting only a few gold medals. It's probably the fastest ship in the game, sporting rapid laser cannons and a very overpowered homing missile. The good old games version comes with the ship enabled. I'm not sure what arcane process was needed to do so with retail copies. I should probably also mention the cheat-only ATSD mode, which puts you in an ATSD on compatible levels. This mode is fun for about 10 seconds when you realize you can't target ships, you move slow as ass, and can't complete any objectives. Yeah, hard pass. You get a nice amount of replayability once you get all the gold. Trying to be unbiased, the game is maybe a bit short, relying heavily on replaying levels for better medals to pad out the runtime. TIE Fighter and X-Wing also had replayability, but they were meatier games overall. The game's still fun, a bite-sized version of the old Star Wars space games. Too bad all its sequels were console exclusive. Now, if the canon expanded universe could just be a fraction as cool as the Legend universe was, we might get some good damn games.